what are some of the specific tools that you have found most useful or indispensable in your cloud workflows? Corey, I know you always.
So vMix in the cloud is thebomb.com. Probably one of the best. What's funny about vMix is, so I was a product manager for Livestream Studio in 2014 and 15, loved it. And I was like, vMix, what is this whole vMix thing that Teradek was using at NAB? And what's really hilarious is I've now met about, I had so much people when I first started LiveX, we had about 200 licenses. We have a hardware product called Production Bot that vMix runs off. We sell maybe 5 to 10 of those boxes a month, and to all kinds of clients, Fox and whatever. And the adoption of vMix over the last 2 years has been incredible. It's probably been the #1 software for broadcasting as far as adoption from professional broadcasters to streamers, where we've seen streamers adopt it heavily and then broadcasters adopting it and meeting in the middle, and where they've met really is in the cloud. So we use a lot of vMix in the cloud, and then Virtual Video Control Room, our software that we built for the DNC that runs on AWS, that really is a broadcast router. It's similar to Sienna NDI. So we had a lot of success with Sienna NDI. Back to Alex's point about having operators. So we basically, our problem with Sienna NDI is that you needed an engineer to run Sienna NDI. A normal person cannot run. I am a normal person when it comes to trying to run it, right? And so it's a great software product, but again, it gets you into this alleyway of like, wow, I only can have, a very dedicated, very nerdy engineer run it, right? And so we created Virtual Video Control Room off of Nimble Streamer to be like, no. To get multi-view, to get streams, to get destinations, to do just simple things and then get NDI into the cloud, that should be a very simple thing for people to be able to do. And so we created that product. So really, I think if I could solve the communications piece, we've solved all the other things with this product, that with those two pieces where you can do anything, 9/16, TikTok, okay, there's really nothing that you can't do, and it's pretty scalable. As far as all kinds of projects.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Corey and his team. They've done a fantastic job in what they've developed, and I think there's a lot of great tools. And I was on a session yesterday. We were talking about second screen experiences, where the primary may not be, the event may be distributed through a different process, but the second screen experience might be like a talk show, some other press event or something that we can look at where we can bring those pieces. But I think the vMix by far that came up last week during the esports event, and other things that I've come up with. So there's vMix, Corey's EasyLive.io, Epiphan's doing Unify and their Connect product. So there's a lot of great solutions that are coming into place where we can then test and validate, make sure that things all works. But I think coming from an operator perspective, that's me. Absolutely, right? I need to make sure everything's working, I understand it. I'm not a coder. My job is to make sure that I deliver on that as a webcast producer and operator. So I think, everything that we look at is always looking at the bigger picture, so.